Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and today I have a review video. So I've got my 1988 Topps Mini Leaders box in front of me. I've gone through and I've opened all 36 packs. You know, just as a little bit of a recap, the set was pretty cool. It had 15 Hall of Famers in it. 7 of them potentially could be potential Hall of Famers, like Roger Clemens and Mark McGwire. And then there are a handful who I think should be included because they just didn't make it through the horrible voting process, like Dwight Evans, Lou Whitaker, Don Mattingly, Dale Murphy, and Dave Parker. So the focus on this particular set, as I opened it, was it highlighted players who led their league in different categories during the 1987 season. I think there was a little bit of a stretch. I mean, some of the cards are really great, like card number 1, Wade Boggs, is a really good example of why this Topps Mini League Leaders was really good, in that when you flip over his back, he led the league in like 4 different categories. So I think that's a really good example of a league leader. Whereas if you look at a great player, don't get me wrong, Rickey Henderson, fantastic player. He missed a whole bunch of games in the season, but in order to stretch to get him in to be a league leader, he was 5th in stolen bases, you know? So although the concept's pretty cool, I think they kind of missed the boat. Every single team except for 2 teams had cards in the set. The Orioles didn't get a card and the Indians didn't get a card. So I find it really hard to believe that Cal Ripken couldn't be included. I mean, first in games played, Eddie Murray couldn't be included, third in games played with, you know, high home runs and RBI totals. And for the Indians, you had Joe Carter, who tied for 5th in home runs, and Corey Snyder tied for 4th in home runs, and they couldn't even get cards printed. So, you know, I like the set. I think it's a cool set, but kind of missed some things. So 36 packs, 7 cards in each pack. That's 252 total cards. So what I was hoping for is that I could get 3 complete sets. That would mean I have 3 complete sets and 21, if you want to call them, quadruplicates. And I thought, well, I don't know. I probably won't get that lucky. So here's kind of the review. I actually got really, really close. And looking at it, I was able to complete 1 set, which I needed to complete because I didn't have this set. So, I mean, that was a really good bonus. So there was set number 1. I was able to complete that on pack number 21. So it took me 21 packs to get there. Set number 2, yep, I got set number 2. And that took me all the way to pack 27. So, you know, all along I was getting duplicates, and it only took me, you know, a matter of 6 more packs to get my second set. Well, that third set, it came down to the crunch. I only had 2 more cards to complete, or 2 more cards to get my third set. And the last 2 cards, if I remember correctly, were Jeff Reardon and Rick Reuschel. So if you watch video number 36, I can tell right off the back that I've got Jeff Reardon, and so I'm pretty excited about it. But Rick Reuschel was the 1 card missing. So I almost got the 3rd complete set. It came down to John Kruk, Rick Reuschel is missing, and then I've got the checklist. I mean, I'll definitely go and find myself a Rick Reuschel added in there. My plan was, you know, I wanted to hopefully get 3 sets, because if I could get 3 sets, here's what happened. I was able to buy the entire box, shipping included, for $8.80. Now, most of the time what I've been seeing is you can get about $5 on eBay selling a complete set. So my hope is that I can pick up the Rick Reuschel for cheap, maybe go find it for like a quarter, 50 cents, throw it in there, and I can sell 2 of the sets for $5 a piece. That gets me around $10, and so I'll be able to maybe make a few cents off of, you know, the 2 sets, and essentially I will have put together 1 set for free. I think that's a pretty cool way to do it. In fact, hint, hint, in an upcoming video, I might be looking at another one of these mini top sets and seeing if I can put that set together as well. You know, the other thing that I thought was pretty fun was to see I figured with only 77 cards in the set and I was going to get 252 cards, sure I was going to get a lot of duplicates, triplicates, quadruplicates, whatever you want to call it. But the other thing was I wanted to see how fast it would take me to complete a set. So how many packs I'd have to open in order to get my set. So, you know, that was the other thing that I tracked down at the bottom. Let me shift these off to the side for a second. Was I had each of the 36 packs here, so as I marked them off, I wanted to see how close I get. I mean, theoretically, when you were opening these packs, if you didn't open any duplicates, in 11 packs you could get a set. You know, that's not going to happen because, you know, card companies, they're not going to make packs of cards so you can easily get the set in a box. You know, they want you to buy more of the product. So I figured that there were going to be some duplicates. And what I found is when you opened each pack of 7 cards, you had 4 cards on top, then you had your nifty little Spring Fever baseball in the middle, and then you had 3 cards. And so what I found was that the print run ran pretty consistent between those 4 cards and the 3 cards. So, you know, for example, if I got, I don't know, Wade Boggs, Ricky Henderson, Ozzie Smith, and Darryl Strawberry as 4 of the cards, in future packs, those cards would be grouped together as well. So as I went along, you know, later in the packs, I had a pretty good idea once I cracked the pack what was in it. So to answer the question that I had when I started it was, how many packs does it take to complete the set? Well, I thought, you know, it's probably going to be somewhere between, I thought mathematically it'd be around 18 or 19 packs, but it did take me until my 21st pack. Fortunately, the second set came pretty quick at the 27th pack. And then at the very end, when I only needed 2 cards, I could have had it on the 36th pack, but I ended up 1 card short. I really enjoyed cracking the packs and thinking back on the 1987 MLB season. Special to me because my St. Louis Cardinals made it to the World Series that year. They won the National League East. They beat the San Francisco Giants in a 7-game series that was a very tough battled and contentious series. A lot of things going back and forth. And then they went on to play the Minnesota Twins. They lost, unfortunately. One of the rare World Series where the home team won every one of the games in the World Series. That year in '87, the American League had a home field advantage. So the Twins won games 1 and 2 and 6 and 7, and St. Louis swept the 4, 5, and 6 at Busch Stadium. Anyway, it was really great to think back on the season, try to remember who led the league, what statistics those players had, and as I flipped over the card and guessed, I was right and I was wrong. You know, it was just fun to walk down memory lane. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Until next time, when I'm back to crack, don't know what's going to be my next project in cracking baseball packs. See you then.